G'day guys, and welcome back to another Roadster Reviews, where behind us, we've got something very different on the channel today because this is a 1934 Chevrolet Master Deluxe Roadster. And this car is 90 years old, and it was built by Holden before Holden is as you know it now. And just have a look at that thing. You gotta say, it's pretty damn special. So we're actually out here with the owner because I'm gonna be honest with you, YouTube, I don't know what I'm talking about here. So we're out here with Chris, mate. Thanks so much for coming on the channel and letting us see this absolute beast of a car, this Roadster.
Yeah,
and,
it's certainly different. Yeah.
Yeah, well, just give us a quick rundown because again, I don't know what I'm talking about on here.
No, it's got a Chevy straight six, inline six engine. Pretty much like as Holden's in Australia had 6 cylinders in their early cars as well, the straight sixes, they're sort of similar. Parts aren't really interchangeable, but they're similar.
Yep.
This particular car in 1934, they only built 390 in right-hand drive. It's got 2 spare wheels, so it's called a 6-wheel equipped. So rather than having 1 spare wheel tucked away in the trunk, it's been fitted with 2 specially made fenders and guards to hold them.
Yeah, true.
So you would have paid a bit more money in the day to have those 2 spare wheels rather than 1. How many are left today with 2 spare wheels and the rumble seat, or dicky seat as it's also called? Don't really know. I don't think there'd be more than maybe about a dozen or so left in the world factory right-hand drive with those particular options. So
yeah, yeah, this thing, again, you're not gonna, this is really like a museum piece, honestly. And yeah, it's a 3-speed manual.
3-speed manual, yeah.
Yep, and again, I just love that, you know, it's just like this wiper blade and like the windscreen, like it's just so different to modern cars that you think of today.
Definitely, it's got what's called I call it a safari screen, so you can undo it and it's hinged. So you can just tilt it out, let the breeze
Mother Nature
in.
air conditioning.
That's right, that's the bees in too.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, this thing is too cool, man. So, yeah, well, I think you said there was a bit of a procedure to start these things, but we are going to get it out on the road and have a bit of a drive. So,
for sure, yeah.
What do we have to do to get this thing going?
Well, with the older cars, there's a lot of lubrication points on these cars that modern cars don't have. Obviously, with technology, design of bushes and seals and stuff like that, things have advanced so much in 90 years. But back in 1934, before you'd start this car up and drive it, there's a couple of lubrication points that require oil. So in your distributor and also in your generator, which we now call an alternator. So you actually got to put oil in those before you start it. And with the water pump, it requires grease. So there's a cap which contains grease, and you just give that a couple of winds before you start the car, and then you know you're set for the day. Yeah,
true. All right, so now that she's lubed up, we can get this thing on the road, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, cool, let's go. All right, Chris, so we're in. What's sort of the procedure for this thing, eh? It's got to be something.
That's right. So clutch in, turn the ignition on. You see the needles move.
Yep.
And then we pull this knob here out a little bit.
That's it.
And it starts beautifully, this car.
The old straight 6, mate.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Wow, this thing's cool, man. Again, you know, they call them bathtub cars because you really do feel like you're in a bathtub almost, don't you? This thing, I mean, it's not.
We are, yeah. Nice and cozy, just the 2 of us.
Yeah, like it's this very springy seat, so I'm assuming that sort of falls into the suspension and
that's right.
Helps with it.
Compensates for the lack
These old
of
South
suspension,
Australian country roads, eh? Is that what it? That's it, man.
No seat belts.
No seat belts, guys. Hey,
seatbelts.
No fines in this one, eh? Let's. This thing is, yeah, before seat belts were a thing. It's definitely the experience.
Yeah, it takes you back.
It's definitely not like a modern car, man. Like, we're set up quite high. You'd almost say you're like at a ute level, like a four-wheel drive, like almost.
Well, that's right. I think the percentage of cars on the road today are now back to the average ride height of cars that from the 30s.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have got SUVs and 4-wheel drives nowadays.
Yeah.
And the idea is to sort of, we're now in second, try and get into third.
Before a certain speed, roughly, yeah?
Otherwise you get a few crunches.
Yeah, wow. This thing's a piece of history, man. It really is.
Yeah. Time capsule.
Absolutely. It's got an awesome view out there. You can see the bonnet just sort of stretching out there. And you're sort of just so free in the cabin here. You know, they got this tiny little windscreen. No power steering.
No power steering. The car didn't even come out with indicators.
No, right? There's no indicators.
There is now when they, you know, safety standards
Yeah,
and all that
yeah, but when-
developed over the years, it was compulsory the car had to be fitted with them.
Yep. You got to put the indicators on, but the seat belts are, it's all right. You know,
That's right, yeah, you can still have no seat belts.
It's just, that's a bit funny, isn't it? Yeah, wow. You could only just imagine back in 1934 when this was a brand new, you know, very luxury car, driving this thing, and then, you know, 90 years later, here we are with some GoPros putting it on YouTube.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing.
It's just, it's quite comical, eh? And the history is pretty cool. And so just touching with the history again, because we said it in the intro, this was it's a built by Holden, but it's a Chevrolet.
That's right. So back in the day, before Holden's started selling a car that was actually named Holden's under the GMH brand, General Motors Holden's,
Yeah.
They built cars for a wide range of companies.
Yes.
Even Ford. So
You didn't say the Model T you were
the
saying,
Model
wasn't
T,
it?
yeah.
Wow.
They started out doing saddles, I believe, for horses and stuff, or something like that, and
Yep.
then progressed onto bodies for Model Ts.
And then started
then-
just putting them together.
Yeah, and then just branched out to a whole lot of different brands.
Yeah, wow. It's interesting to say, because this has even got the Holden logo on the side of it.
That's
It's-
right.
there's
One
yeah.
logo, one very
Yeah.
small logo, and obviously on the ID tags as well.
Yeah, it's an awesome history, because guys, again, I don't think Holden was a thing here like properly as we used to know it until around 1948 when they came out with the FX, was it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was well and truly before that, and yeah, to see it on the road like this driving, pretty impressive, man.
Yeah.
I love this thing. I'm used to doing like hectic pulls in like 1,000 horsepower cars, but like just putting through town in this, it's almost giving me the same joy, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, it's a different feeling,
It's
yeah.
a different kind, but it's cool. It truly is amazing that, you know, this thing's 90 years old, and
Yeah.
the floor is basically made out of wood.
That's right. It's still got all the original sort of timbers in there.
Yeah.
The body is a timber frame.
Yep.
All that's still
There you go, boys.
holding together.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's yeah. So I think we were saying the engine, the chassis gets shipped over. Holden builds the body, puts it all together, and yeah, like basically the floor, keeping this what we're standing on is wood,
Yeah.
and it becomes built by Holden, but a Chevrolet still.
That's right.
It's interesting. It's really funny when you sit in this and you go through town, and then you sort of look at the modern cars on the road, and then when you're sitting in this, it just feels weird, does it? A little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
It's got that motorbike sort of feeling. You feel a bit
a little
more
bit, yeah. You're definitely out in the
prone to
elements.
the elements. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, guys, we're gonna attempt the 0 to 100. I know it sounds crazy, but we've reset the dragging. Chris, whenever you want to go.
All right, let's go.
What will it do? I can't believe you agreed to this.
Neither can I.
That's 60 kph, 70. That's 80. That's 90. That's 95. I think that's it, mate. I don't know.
About it.
We got to about 95.
Yeah, it started to rattle and roll a little bit.
Yeah, I could hear it, but oh man. Oh, what a good sport for doing that though. It was gonna be slow, but we always knew it. Hey,
Yeah, that's it.
it's a 90-year-old car. In fact, it's you know, getting up to 95 kph, pretty impressive still.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that was hilarious. That was cool. Now, Chris, we also got to attempt the WiperTech wiper test.
Of course, yes.
This has a wiper blade, does it?
It has one single wiper blade, about 8 inches long.
And what does it do? Because like everybody's curious.
All right, let's give it a shot.
No water.
No.
Could you imagine in a convertible Roadster like this, just having that on, like going? You'd be so blind.
Last year we entered the Beta Birdwood Run here in South Australia, and it rained on the way there. And yeah, we had to pull over and put the roof up, and the wiper was useless. Absolutely
It'd probably
useless.
just be smearing it everywhere, wouldn't it, eh?
Yeah.
But guys, again, remember we're sponsored by WiperTech, so if you want the best wipers in Australia, use my code. It's Ross15 off. Link down below. And yeah, I don't think it'd even fit a WiperTech wiper on that, but
No, but maybe I could adapt one. Maybe that's
maybe we could cut one in half. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's got a nice little motor as well, like so you can just bash your head on it if something happened. And it's almost ideally placed. Just
When I tilt the screen, it's right in my vision.
It would be, yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it's almost, it's comical, eh? It's funny. That's how things were done, you know, back 90 years ago.
Yeah.
I keep looking for my seatbelt.
Yeah, no.
I'm just such a force of habit. All right, so, and again, one thing I've just noticed, there's only the one mirror.
That's right. There's
no side mirrors.
on
hey,
this
I just
car,
was looking
no.
at the side mirror and I'm like, hey guys, to the left and down.
That's it. Yep.
And
Park brake off.
pull in.
Yep. That's it.
She's off, and the accelerator is at a quite unique.
It's quite on or off sort of feel to it. It's hard to baby it. Yeah. Perfect.
Oh, and here we go, guys. Look at this. Okay. It's the pedals are there's not much feel to the pedals. You just kind of got to know when you're going, eh? And then before we get to sort of 20.
Yeah, about now going to third. Yep. It's all right.
Jesus. Nope, that's not right then, is it?
All right. Just force it down. Yeah, that's it. You sort of get one grab at it, and if you miss it, then you just got to grind it. If you can't find it, grind it.
Yeah. Oh, but wow, yeah, it's definitely with the big wheel. You know, actually, it's not that hard to steer, but you do have that vagueness.
Yeah.
But it's definitely you got to get used to driving something like this for sure.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You really got to step on these pedals, and it's vague at best.
It's like a delay.
It's really vague. So yeah, you definitely need that distance, and you got to be on your wits in this thing. That's for sure.
Yeah. It gives you an opportunity to decide, do I really want to stop or not? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've definitely got to be aware of your surroundings. Again, just much like a motorcycle, but this is a very delayed.
Yeah.
But I said to say, I guess once you get used to it, especially with the pedals and the shifting, it'd be just a lovely cruiser, you know, when you're just going around these sort of, you know, 50, 60K kind of roads.
Yeah.
It's definitely a nice time capsule. Yeah, the old Holden. This was the hardest car for me, I think, to pronounce in a long time. The Holden, the built by Holden, Chevrolet, Masters Deluxe Roadster.
Roadster,
I got it,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And we put the clutch in. Second.
Wait till a full stop before you can go to first. That's it. Yep.
Okay, and
take off like a tractor.
Yeah, it kind of does sound like it a little bit, eh? And then you probably...
Quick change into second. That's it.
That one was smooth. Come on, old
got
girl. I had the revs a little bit too low up a hill. And then what, around the 20-mile-an-hour mark, is it?
Yeah, anywhere around now is good. You got it.
When you told me you just got to pull down, I'm hoping it gets it. But wow, what a treat this thing is. And true piece of history right here, mate. It's pretty special. So again, thanks so much, Chris, for
no worries
letting us have a steer as well and letting it show it off on the channel. This thing is...
Oh, it's a pleasure.
It's impressive. And you actually got a channel as well, so...
I do, it's only new.
Yeah, well, shout it out, because if anyone else wants to know about this car, and you've got a few other cars that we might feature later on,
yeah,
you'll be able to see it on his channel eventually here, so...
Yeah, so my caravanning, camping, getting away channel is Border to the Shore, or you can look up my name, Chris Mastridis, for my other normal channel as well.
Yeah, guys, this is... Look him up. He's got an awesome collection. This car is a beauty. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, guys. We'll see you on the next one.